Howdy y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in most beautiful, oh, look at that sky, Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, y'all hear that? Hear that steel off in the distance blowing? All right, today is August the 30th, 2024. Got the sun coming up over there. It's beautiful, it's about mid-70s. I got one job to do today a little later. I got to go get my hair cut in about 20 minutes, but I wanted to talk to you guys. I've been thinking about this video, not really sure how to do it. I'm going to give you a single tip that if you will do this, you can increase your business 15 to 20%. One thing, you may be doing it, you may not be doing it, but I've been doing this for like the last 5 years. This is going to be more applicable to the established guys, the guys that are already doing a lot of yards. But if you're brand new in lawn care, you want to get started, if you'll start doing this from day one, it will put you far ahead of the curve. And it literally will put, you can either be more profitable by raising prices, and we can't always do that. Once you get to a certain point, maybe you're at your limit, you can't keep raising prices, right? There's a ceiling. But what you can do is you can be more efficient. And if you're more efficient and you're saving time, you can do either A, put more work on the books because now you have more time, or B, you can just take that time and do something else with it that you want to do it. I'm going to tell you exactly what, excuse me, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, all right? Depending on what software program you use, you should be using a CRM. A lot of guys use Yardbook, right? I use the free version of Yardbook, and it does the credit card processing. It does all that. It's phenomenal, and it works for exactly what I need it to work for. But you could be using something else, and hopefully all CRM software programs will have a report that you can print out and use as your route sheet every day. Now, you may just be taking a piece of notebook paper or writing it down, or maybe you've got it on your phone. I don't care how you have it. You must do this first thing, right? You must write down your starting time and your ending time on every single job. And I'm gonna show you guys something in a minute. You're probably gonna laugh. I have every single route sheet from the last 5 years, and the stack is over a foot tall. It's thousands of jobs. Now, why do I do that? I don't care if I'm mowing grass, doing bushes. If there's work that's coming out of the books or going onto the books, I have a route sheet, right? It's just got the customer's information on there, start and stop. So when you pull up to the job, you look at whatever, your watch, your iPhone, you're gonna write the time down. When you get back in the truck, you're gonna write the time down. So this takes into account loading and unloading, farting around if you're doing that, which you shouldn't be doing, but it's from the time you stop to the time you leave, okay? That is what you want to track, and you want to do that every single job. Now, that data is nice to have. However, if you put it in an Excel spreadsheet like I did, or maybe you've got another way to do it, but I'm going to show you what I do and what I track. This is how I determine who to cut. Not necessarily who to cut, but it lets me see my bottom 10, 20% of the customers who I may need to raise prices on. It shows me maybe some customers I actually need to get rid of because they're never going to be profitable, right? And it will do something else for you. It will allow you to see your time, and the way that you can put the 10, 15, 20%, sometimes 25% back in your pocket is to modify what you're doing. So I'm going to give you an actual example on my yard, right? So I push mow my yard. I know you guys think that's crazy. I think nothing looks better than 21-inch push mow on my yard because my yard's really bumpy. I've tried to use the trim stars. I've tried to use the right. I like to cut my Bermuda at 2 inches, and it's just too bumpy, okay, to use those. I need a really narrow deck. So anyway, I use that. It takes me an hour and 15 minutes to do that, and I enjoy doing it. I don't do that on somebody else's yard, but I like to do it on mine. So it takes an hour and 15 minutes. Now, if I look at, and that includes trimming, edging, blowing, everything, right? Hour, 15 minutes, I'm done with push mower. If I can take 10 or 20% of that time and erase it by becoming more efficient, maybe doing stuff in different orders, et cetera, then I'm putting that money back in my pocket, because if I do that on every job, so an example is when I started doing this, I cut several hours a week by I'm not working any faster. I'm just doing things differently, such as I'm parking at the ideal place in front of the customer's property. I've got my trimmer line on my trimmer. The trimmer is gassed up before I even leave the truck. I have my trimmer on the mower, so I don't have to walk back to the truck, get the trimmer, walk back. I'm using the trimmer as an edger as well, so I don't have to go get the edger, come back, go back to the truck, get the trimmer, trim everything, walk around the property yet again, then go back and get the blower and come. All that costs time. So what I did was I looked at the process that I was doing, right? I'm not working any faster. I just changed the order of stuff that I did. I did some consolidation. So now I leave the truck sometimes just once, because I'll take the blower, I'll throw it in the backyard real quick. I cut everything, then I'll edge and trim and then blow everything off, and I go back to the truck. So I only took a truck trip once. Or I did things like I organized the truck, right? To put all the fast moving stuff I use every job, I put it right there where it's easy. The way that I have the trimmers, I don't have to unlatch anything. I don't have to unlock racks and all that. They're hanging up just like they are in a store. So what I did was I got the box truck the way that I need it, so I can just run in there, grab stuff, and go. By doing that, allowed me to free up about 2 hours a week. Now, what can I do with that 2 hours? Well, I can go ride bikes, I can go play, I can work on my car, I can take a nap. Or what I did was I did 3 more jobs a week, right? 3 jobs that were close. So my minimum back then was probably $60. It's raised now, or $69. It's raised now. So, you know, that's probably almost another $300 a week. That's per week. By just looking at what I was doing and switch some things around, reorganize it, and track everything. That's it. I'm not working any faster. I'm trying to, hopefully you guys don't think I'm just running around. No, that doesn't work, because you make mistakes. So to get to that point, what I did was, and I'm gonna go in the house and we're gonna go on my computer real fast. I'm gonna show you how I track everything. But that is what I did. If you do that number one thing, right, that's another almost $300 I was able to make in revenue. So let's go in the house. I'm gonna show you some things real quick, and hopefully this tip will help you become more profitable. All right, so here is my Excel spreadsheet that I have on my computer. This is 2024. This actually is July, starting with July 1st, and it goes down. We'll scroll down. I have this column blacked out. That's my customers' names. I don't want to show those, but the most important columns, I put the start and end time. Now I do this when I come home and I'm done for the day. I'll take my route sheet that I've written, the start and end times, and I'll put the start and end times. It calculates how many minutes it was. So this was 40 minutes. And forget these 2 columns. I was just trying some stuff in the past and I just never deleted it. This is how much the yard was. It was $79. It's $118.50 an hour, and that's the date. So you can see every single one. So some 79, 89, 99, 75, 89, 120, 89, 89, 119. And this calculates the hourly rate. 118, 213, 147, 140, blah, blah, blah. All right, so, and if there's anything weird, like anything extra we did to account for the additional revenue, I'll put, you know, we weeded the beds. I did some non-toxic spraying, and I'm gonna scroll on down, like right here. This was the first mowing. Bushes, we did bushes. and we're getting the 29th, the 30th. Okay, so down here it tells me that the total minutes time spent on the jobs were 6,272. That is 158 jobs. The average, so that was $15,163, and we averaged $156.22 an hour on all these jobs. 90% of the stuff was just mowing, and then we had other stuff in there. But you have to have this, right, or something like this in order to find out where you are. So I wanted to show you guys this. I've used this. I've got all the way back from 2020, 21, 22, 23, and this is 2024. So this right here will help you more than anything to figure out where your customers lie in relation to, top, middle, and bottom. So I use this, and because I'm going to give you, for instance, like this right here, right? This is a friend of mine, and I'm doing his yard for $75, and that's no go because it is $70 an hour. That is so far below. Like that one, I will not be doing that yard again next year because it is just, it's too tedious. It doesn't fit the model, right? Why would I do that when I can get 150, 230, high 100s for mowing? That one's got to get cut, or the price has got to get raised. But I do know that they're not going to pay additional money. But anyway, some of them are really good. You can look at the time here. Some yards take me 28 minutes, 45, 31, 30, 31, 41, 40. So most of my yards, they average around 35 minutes, give or take. I don't have a lot of yards these are bigger yards. I don't have a lot of yards that I can do in like 15 minutes. Here's one for 19, but that's just not a thing around here. I wish it was, but anyway, I wanted to show you guys that because I think this tool is extremely important. I'm a data junkie, and I like to know where the numbers stand, and that's the only way. So the takeaway from this is that if you can do something similar to this and track where you need to be, then you'll actually see your hourly rate, and you can compare all your properties and then make the adjustments as you need to with your pricing. If you'll do this, I guarantee you will be able to add at least 20% to your revenue, because you can take that time and do a couple more yards per week or more. You may be able to do more. But anyway, guys, I hope this helps, and I hope that you find some value in this. And if you have a different way that you're doing it, or are you doing this, or are you not doing it, does it give you any good ideas, let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you on the next video.